He's what? Is he like here or what?
What are you asking?
Oh, Cora's talking to them and that he can't even hear me. Okay, Cora.
Thank you, sir.
What about?
Yeah,
what
I just
about
found their party
Lunatic?
chat. They sound good. I don't know. It's just D-Veritech asking a random question.
All right, Al, are you commentating tonight?
Talking to me?
No, Al's racing.
I'm racing. I just wanted to. I sent some things to Kara. I want to make sure you saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw him.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Goodbye.
Peace out, buddy.
He's doing 51s, 51-0 to 51-6 every single lap on their test run.
Alright.
Just as a bar, I guess, for commentary.
I thought 48s or 49s were the time here.
I don't know.
I thought they were. I haven't done laps on this track in a while, but
Fucking Mugello.
Yeah, maybe he's saying he wasn't doing good. God damn it. I can't drink moonshine if I can't get the top off. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
That is pretty.
That was a good one. 410.
Yeah, no, like we're looking at that on the screen here. It's like, holy shit, these guys are all over.
Hades just overtook Hitstick.
Like, these boys are close enough. I'm expecting sexual harassment soon. was that? Alba!
Oh,
He straight ramped off that fucking. Yeah. Yeah. On my screen, he was in.
Cargo's right on top of the money. Cargo's making a pass.
Yeah, he's down Coco right now.
Yep.
Hades is a long lap.
Wait,
Oh.
Hades?
Hades is a long lap.
Long lap, bro. Long lap.
Probably the same way Rumham Ryan did, but yes, it is the double apex.
Well, he attempted it.
Whoa, that extremely wide line at the end of 12.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's really tight fighting him.
How? Wait, this is my question. How the hell is Bigfoot's pick almost 9 seconds ahead of the field right now? How is that happening?
So
welcome back to our Mugello round 6, I believe. Joined in the booth today by Corasaurus and 78 Hines. How are both y'all doing today?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here. Another Tuesday night.
I'm doing real good. This moonshine's good.
Yeah, we promoted Garrett from racer to just say customer. That's my favorite thing when you fire somebody is you say they've been promoted to customer. More of he got too spicy and he's not allowed to drink and ride. So
Listen, I wasn't drinking and riding in the first place, but I get it. I'm serious. I was sick. I was
of your shit.
not
Yes,
myself.
you were.
I was not myself.
Wink, wink. We should probably mention our sponsors tonight, Garrett, if you want to take lead on that.
Yeah, tonight is Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine. They have donned me with the strawberry moonshine. It is delicious, albeit hard to get down in the beginning because it's moonshine.
Garrett, you're from the South. Could you get some real fucking moonshine?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't like, oh, let me go get some moonshine. I was like, oh, this is moonshine on a shelf, and I wanted some flavor, so I tried it. It is what it is.
Okay, well,
No, it's not. It's not really moonshine.
well,
I mean,
I'm
it's
acutely aware.
potent. It's potent, but it's not like gasoline, which is, that's good.
Good
I don't like the
moonshine
flavor
isn't
of
even
gasoline.
gasoline. Good moonshine is so smooth, you're like, whoa, that was good. You take 2 shots, and then 10 minutes later, you're like, oh my god, why am I so fucked up?
Yeah, it sounds like you may have purchased gas station moonshine.
Often
Well-
confused.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. I don't know if it's the right way or not, but it is a way to look at it.
It is doué.
And yeah, this is round 6 at Mugello. It's a fan favorite track. I know some of the riders absolutely despise it because it's such a popular track in the public lobbies, but it's certainly a fun track to get around on, especially when you have a grid size this large. There's a lot of twists and turns back and forth, good battle spots, and a lot of opportunities for drafting, both for the Moto2 and the GP bikes, so this should be entertaining.
So I heard, Cora, that you had like a little bit of an insider scoop here. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, so our at the
Oh!
top of our season standings, we have Phobia and Nightcrawl really battling here back and forth, and Nightcrawl and myself have been playing quite a bit of PGA in recent time.
Yeah,
And it's
Nightcrawl's
really-
currently P2, so you might be full of shit.
Well, I'm just saying, it's from the word of the mouth of the horse himself. Nightcrawl's told me he hasn't really practiced at all, hasn't really done any time trial laps here, so he's been looking for a toe. I think he's set his sights early on in this qualifying session on Roger or Phobia.
Dude, I think he was
But-
gaslighting you. He just set a red first sector. He's about to pick up P1.
Well, I think he's got a few laps under his belt now, and I mean, he has shown his qualifying pace all this season. He's up there with the front of the pack every time, but we do know that he's keen on making a mistake here and there in the race. So But I do like to see those 2-plane Jane up there in first at the moment. It's a great redemption season for him.
This is his
Moto2
redemption
class.
arc.
Were you guys on PGA a lot in preparation for the potential SERL Alcoholics PGA League?
Yeah, I think that's really what kicked it off was, I think Nightcrawl was playing it for a few weeks, and he kept talking about it, playing it and talking about it, and I think a few of us picked it up. I played around with him and Rumham Ryan, and I believe Smokey is Titan picked it up as well. I haven't played with him yet, but I think he's in the mix.
This sounds
I think-
terrible, but I'm here. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6 dudes just like, white girl wasted on a electronic golf course is kind of a cool thing. Could be.
I tell you, it's the game itself is fun. It's certainly there's a challenge here and there to be had, but it's a good change of pace from the constant racing game that most of us are used to playing. Games like this where you're constantly on the controls for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time. In the PGA game, you get to take a break. It's nice. Good change of pace.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, if we can go from one drunk person a night on an event weekend to 5 or 6, I think we're kind of stepping up our game there.
There's opportunities for sure.
you know what else there's
pace,
opportunities for? Talking about
Yeah.
the racing in our faces.
Yeah. I was gonna say, speaking of the pace and opportunities, Nightcrawl made every bit of that on his with his lap. He had 3 red sectors and finished it out 24 thousandths of a second ahead of 2-plane, and we see one-handed rounding out the first row right now. And they've got a pretty good gap there to the second row. At the bottom of the pack, though, only 5 minutes left. We still have 3 riders have yet to set a lap. Surprised that we see Jix Rage down there, Fast Raj as well, and Iron Joe.
Yeah, Fast Raj was on PB for a little bit there and came in and parked it. Stock Hazard going down there.
Good job there, buddy. That's suboptimal.
Yeah, do we have any guys who's broken the rules so far that haven't set a lap?
3.
We have got 3.
That's good. I mean, we're only 10 minutes into this qualifying session, so
Set a lap. Any lap.
suboptimal.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta ask, how many shots did you put down in the last 6 minutes? Because we literally just had the conversation about who didn't put a lap in about 42 seconds before you asked how many people haven't put a lap in.
Oh, yeah, like a quarter of this mason jar's gone.
Beautiful.
Do you remember when I said you weren't allowed to get super fucked up on this stream?
No, you said I wasn't allowed to say stupid shit. That's not the same thing.
Garrett.
So next,
But look, I love you, man. I really do. But I've seen you drunk a lot lately, right?
Hey, are you trying to say something here, bud?
Not that you're an alcoholic. That you.
Okay, that's good.
No, yeah,
good.
just that you say stupid shit when you drink.
let me
It's
ask you
okay.
this question.
I mean-
do the schnozberries still taste like schnozberries?
Well, it's strawberries, but I think at some point my schnoz will not be able to smell the berries. That might be helpful.
I got a better question. Do you boys like Mexico?
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Hell
Are we talking
yeah,
about
brother.
cocaina or
God fucking damn.
do you have tequila?
Looks like Whisper set a lap. He's only 0.2 of a second off of Stock Hazard there and rounds out the 3rd row. Iron Joe's got 3 orange sectors. Whoa, bit wide off the track there.
Did he invalidate there? Wow.
No, he did not.
Nope. No, he lost some time. I'm surprised he didn't invalidate there, but maybe he let off the throttle completely. Roger's still yet to set a time. 3 minutes left, and he could be saving it for the end here.
Yeah, when he does set a time, I think he's got the pace to be top 5, but just gotta set that time.
It'd be nice
didn't
if
have
you
a
could actually set
penalty.
the time.
Yeah, he doesn't have a penalty or anything, does he? From last week? That would put him at the back? Because if he does, then maybe he's like sandbagging a little bit. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm starting from the back. But
Okay.
if not, I don't know what's going on there.
Does he? Because I haven't looked at that at all.
I don't think so. I don't think anybody had penalties this week.
No, yeah, I'm not aware of any penalties we had for Moto 2 this week, or for GP for that matter. I think we're clear on that end, which is great.
We have time penalties.
Yeah, and those were just applied to last week for not attempting long laps.
Right.
Yeah.
So neat.
So that's good. That's good. We got Jix Rage coming across the line here, and he moves up one spot, only 5/10 down. The Fast Raj, of course, has got some orange sectors.
Yeah, I'd like to see him complete one lap. I'm curious to see where he goes. We definitely know he has the pace to get up in the first few rows, but does he have the pace to put it on the top spot? Looks a bit out of shape in the last turn there.
If anybody knows how to set the default volume setting in Windows when you're clicking between monitors, fucking hit me up. I might pay you money at this point, because I'm about to break this computer over my goddamn knee. It's like blowing my eardrums out every time I click to a different monitor. Holy shit.
Alright, back to important things. Fast Raj does set a lap, and he is moved into 6th place, but immediately gets bumped back out by Phobia there.
Yeah, ran out of fuel as well at the end.
That was an important rant, Garrett. I was hoping somebody would have the solution.
Well, they can DM you, slide into those DMs.
Out there?
Alright, Pink Floyd.
That's my favorite band, you know.
Mine's Tool. It's like Pink Floyd, but for millennials.
Yeah, for your generation.
I'm aware of Tool as well. I've seen them both live, actually. Well, I can't say I've seen all of Pink Floyd. I've seen Roger Waters.
Did One-Handed run out of fuel there?
Not sure what he did.
Yeah. A lot of these riders run out of fuel.
No, he's just coasting, it looks like. Maybe he's trying to get in that final lap. I bet that's it. Wait,
I don't think he has the opportunity to get to it.
Oh, he's going down the straight right now, right?
Oh, what I can see on the
Maybe
mini
not.
map,
Oh,
there's two
yeah,
guys
there's
that
no
just
way
rounded
he's
the
gonna-
corner, and I don't think they're going to make the cut.
Yeah, it looks like Two Plane and Iron Joe are the only two who are going to make any moves here.
Yeah, the important one here is to watch Two Plane. For sure, he's got a red
Ooh.
second sector. Couldn't really upset the front row.
Oh, Two Plane's got red.
That's what we just said, Garrett.
That's okay. I'm
And a crash from Nightcrawl, so even though he had 3 gray sectors, he's out of it.
Well, this last
Iron
sector is
Joe
going to be
went off
super
the-
gray.
Yeah, he's got to
Iron
wait
Joe
and
went
see.
off track there in the second sector. Again, not invalidating for some reason.
Well, there's going to be traffic ahead of Two Plane here. Curious to see what happens in this because he's on a banger. That's another red sector. Looks like D Veritex out in front of him. He might actually time this well and catch a draft onto the straight.
As long as he gets P4 at least, or quarter 4, jeez, I can't think. Matching his last lap, he's got P1 for sure.
Yeah. It looked like he didn't gain anything in the fourth, but he
There we
does
go.
have
He won.
plenty of time in the second and third sectors.
What a move.
Solid.
One-Handed is the last man out on track. He's not going to make any improvements,
You don't know.
but I think he was just getting
Don't
out
you
of
give
the
up on
way
him.
for.
Don't
No,
you
I
give
think
up
he was
on him.
Just getting out of the way. He straight up parked it through one of the corners earlier. And he's coming in now, so that's going to be it for this session.
Garrett.
Good old moonshine.
Garrett.
But
I have a feeling I'm going to have to mute Garrett at some point. Cora, if I do it, just pretend like you can still hear him. That's the...
That'll be
that'll be the
Switzerland. Switzerland.
All right, we have for our Moto2 race coming up, Two Plane on pole, Nightcrawl in one hand and rounding out the first row, followed by Jix Rage, Jix Buff, always next to each other. Phobia, Fast Raj, Veritech, Whispers, Stock Hazard, and Iron Joe. So we'll probably be back for our Moto2 race in, I don't know, 40 minutes. Does that sound about right, boys?
Sounds just close enough, yeah.
Close enough.
Yep.
Great. So
Pretty good.
we are going to be up with GP qualifying and then our sprint race for the night in just a minute here. Hang out. We will be back shortly.
is pretty. That was a good one.
410.
Yeah, no, like we're looking at that on the screen here. It's like, holy shit, these guys are all over.
Hades just overtook Hit Stick.
Like, these boys are close enough. I'm expecting a sexual harassment suit. Oh, what's that? Alba!
Oh, he straight ramped off that fucking, yeah. On my screen, he was in.
Cargo's right on top of the money. Cargo's making a pass.
Yeah, he's no, Coco right now.
Yep.
Hades is long lap.
Wait, Hades?
Hades is a long lap.
Long lap, bro. Long lap.
Probably the same way Rumham Ryan did it. Yes, it is the double apex.
Well, he attempted it.
Whoa, that extremely wide line at the end of 12.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really tight fighting him.
How? Wait, this is my question. How the hell is Bigfoot's pick almost 9 seconds ahead of the field right now? How is that happening?
So
Welcome back for MotoGP qualifying. As Nightcrawl very politely said, yeah, it is witchcraft. We're not at COTA, but it's something. It's an Americas-based league. You can like spit and hit COTA from here. So deal with it, sir. Deal with it.
talking about witchcraft, we do already have our first victim. KTM Rider 1, Black Viaggi himself.
Oh no.
Got the old disco. Swaggin looks like his controller got disconnected.
Oh,
He
no.
just drove into a wall.
Oh no.
And now he's parked on track, so maybe he gets a black flag.
Let's see. Oh no, he's moving.
And now he's moving again. Yeah, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's all over the place. We'll figure it out one of these days. It's okay.
Yeah, you'll figure things out. We got 12.5 minutes to go. The biggest thing that we all learned pre-race was straight from the cargo that it's a good reminder for everybody is that turn 1 is a right-hand turn. The cargo is about to show us how it's done right now on the screen.
Those wheels make me want to punch a baby.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, McCargo, for your first attempt at that right-hand turn 1. You done fucked up, son. You done messed it up.
Well, it's not that good, huh?
Yeah, well, it's good enough to go out of bounds, and he's got to go one full lap without recording a time.
Man, I gotta say, if Smokey can keep a clean race, I think this is his to lose. I was talking to Ryan and Biaggi and Smoke Tits throughout the week about lap times and pace, and the kid's throwing down some pretty hot laps around Mugello.
But are they clean laps?
Which is, well, he did invalidate one. He almost hit a 42.6, which is Cora can attest is a pretty hot pace for these guys. But
Absolutely.
just barely went over the line and unfortunately invalidated. But if the problem is if he gets out front, he is going. He'll be gone. He'll be checked out unless he makes a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, just for reference, last year, Hades and I were doing pretty much back-to-back. We were up in the upper 42s, mid-42s for a lot of practice races, sometimes low 42s, but this game, it's a little bit different, and this is one of probably the more difficult tracks with the physics and how the throttle and the bike pickup work, so I'm not sure that they'll get as low, but if he's pulling 42.6s in practice, that sounds like a hell of a lap.
Yeah,
guess
I'm
we'll
gonna
see
go
what he's
on
got.
board with him right now. See what he does from a cockpit view and see what it looks like. Although he goes super deep into turn 1 right out the gate. But I noticed
think
that
that's the preferred line though, just because of the throttle and the bike pickup. I feel like you have to square off some of the turns where you, instead of going tight to the apex and sticking it, I think you really have to take advantage of the acceleration, and the physics, and make it as wide of a double apex as you can.
yeah, I think especially with him being on the Honda, this bike does not turn very well, so it's very much a point and shoot bike.
Yeah, and you'll see that that method will definitely help him out in the first turn and in the last one as well. Getting a very wide run to try to square it off towards the straightaway.
Yeah. From a realistic standpoint, though, and obviously this is a game, based in realism, but not 100%. That's not a line that you're going to use in a race 9 times out of 10 in real life. I mean, you watch the guys go through there at Mugello in real life, and they're hugging that inside line as best as they can.
Yeah, I mean, the race line that you'd see them using in real life is really, it's not mid-corner, but I'd say it's a few feet off of the inside. They definitely clip close to the curb on both entry and exit for a double apex, but they're only a few feet or a few meters off of that apex, the inside curb at all times. Well, you can see here he's squaring off the last turn. This is what you want to do in this game, is really square it off and try to get a wide exit.
Yeah, not his best lap. He did go orange through that third sector, but enough to bring him up into second place there. Hitstick coming out on top pretty early, though, with that first initial lap. He's only a 10th down from Ryan right now. It's a pretty impressive time for him.
I have a timing glitch going on my screen here.
What are you saying?
Unless Ryan and Smokey are tied,
that does mean they're tied.
Yeah.
Yep, they ran exactly the same. To the 1,000.
That's 44,420, magic number right there.
So
I do 69
just want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I do just want to touch on a little change that some of our viewers may be seeing here as we look at Hot Dog. Hot Dog was originally on the Honda. His teammate never showed up. It's like Medusa Part 2. Never showed up to the first 5 races, and with me taking a step back from KTM, Biaggi was looking to have a teammate, and Hot Dog's been looking for a teammate, and so made an agreement for him to come over to Team KTM, and I think it's suiting him. If you look at him right now, he's already red in his second sector. So if you guys are confused why Hot Dog's on a KTM this week instead of a Honda, Repsol Honda, he made a deal, sold his soul, and got on the better bike mid-season.
It was really the Medusa Part 2 comment from me.
Yeah, it really summed it up, and it's I think it suits him well. I've seen some of the practice stuff from him, and he looks like he's a lot more comfortable and confident on this bike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we were going through the preseason qualifying to determine the bike selection order, he was aiming for the KTM. And so when he practiced, when he set his laps, he was doing it on the KTM. And, unfortunately, that early on in the season, he just didn't quite have the pace to start out on that bike, which is unfortunate. But I think it's a good thing for him. He learned a little bit of the hardships with the Honda and has made the changes to, now he's going to be more solid of a rider. Obviously, just because he's moved to the KTM, but also because of what he's learned on that Honda.
And as we cross the halfway line, now we're starting to see riders pick up their times a bit to clean up the laps.
Look how much red. Look how much red is on the board.
And Swaggin was about to hit the 3 red sections. It looks like he cut through the chicane.
Well, and then did that.
Yeah,
so,
that happened shortly afterwards. So
thanks for the content, Swaggin. We appreciate you.
I expect he'll pit, change tires. And Coco is not on a fast lap at the moment. I think we want to take a look at Smokey or even Hot Dog. These guys.
And Smoke Tits goes wide there.
Yeah.
Did not invalidate, though.
Yeah,
Did not invalidate.
Hot Dog's still 3 reds, so he's moving up the chains again. Oh, and I say that as he invalidates. Sharp might be the first one.
It's D Veritek's fault. Look at the chat. He was giving Hot Dog emojis.
Sharp.
Oh, Veritek. Oh, this for a Hot Dog?
Oh, brutal.
Hitstick and Sharp are both 2 red sectors, not invalidated.
Yeah, Sharp's going to put up a smoking time here.
And again, he's also using that deeper line you were talking about through the final corner.
Yeah, it's
Sharp.
I mean, I haven't done a lot of laps in this game at this track, and especially recently. I did some maybe a month or 2 ago, but it's honestly the only way you can get through it in terms of doing time trial and trying to put down pace for qualifying laps. In the race setting, you'll definitely see some varying lines through there, more defensive ones most likely, but in terms of putting down the best lap time, it's the only way to do it.
Sharp does go first, and Hitstick does bump up into second place, only 3/10 off.
All right, Swaggin, he did have 3 reds last time, but this is where he had problems. He cut through here. This might still be good enough to get to the front row. It's pretty tightly contested up to the first 4 positions.
Honorary fins. That's pretty funny.
And of course, he's rocking the Lorenzo helmet. And he moves up into second place there.
Fantastic. Only 4 minutes left. Are we going to call out Smokey yet? I mean, I think someone was saying just a few moments ago that he was running 42.6s.
Yeah.
He's currently nowhere near that time. So
yeah, he'll get there. I think he's on a lap right now where he's probably letting people by. We've got Hot Dog coming across. He improves but does not move up in spots, and Ryan moves back up into third place.
You know, and the interesting thing about this track is you really have to get the tire selection down correct, because with the front tire choices, you have soft, medium, and hard on this track, and they all tend to get pretty hot, but you can only do so many laps on a soft and medium. The rear, you get a medium and a hard choice, but you can do multiple laps on a medium rear tire here. So I think where these guys are struggling on some of these off laps is just trying to get the temperature down in that front tire.
Yeah. Swaggin's on an improving lap, second orange sector there.
Yeah, we're seeing Rumham, though. He's got a red sector in the first one. He's only 1,000th of a second behind Swaggin. You know, we've seen some good results in the recent times here from the Aprilia team. I think they have a chance to really start moving up the constructors points now.
Well, the whole field
loses that.
I'm sorry. Did you just say now that Garrett was on KTM? My bad.
That was on KTM. Ryan loses that.
I didn't name
right
drop, but I'm glad you
sector
picked up on
second.
that.
Swaggin's still got orange in the third sector. He's coming across the line now.
Yeah, Sharp's position here isn't exactly safe.
He does improve. Yep.
Hot Dog's got a couple orange as well, so he has an opportunity to maybe get up to the top of the second row. But Rumham's got red through 3, so there's a really good chance Rumham goes to the top here.
If Hot Dog's close enough behind him, he might get a tow through this next lap.
Ryan has a really great line coming through the final turn. They should surely put him up top.
Oh, he doesn't do it. Takes second place.
1,000th of a second the other direction. Incredible.
Smokey invalidates again, and he's going to get one flying lap left.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
he needs to cool off his tires here. I think that's the deal. If you look at him right now, he's putting around the track, super low speeds.
It's certainly nothing to do with traffic. The traffic on track can't be an excuse with only 8 bikes out there, so I think realistically it's definitely going to be that tire pressure, and he's trying to time it correctly.
He's starting his lap now. He's about to come across the start-finish straight. And Ryan invalidates. That's going to be it for him.
Yeah, not enough time to get around again. Swaggin's also invalidated. We might want to take a look over at Hot Dog or Coco here.
Yeah, Hot Dog goes invalidated, so it's going to be Coco first.
And Coco crashes. The time is impeccable by
this
these
is
guys.
Gentlemen, could we keep it together for about 3 minutes, please?
I mean, I will give the riders credit here. I mean, we have all 8 riders within about 9/10 of a second, so the grid's tight.
That's because I'm not there anymore. I just want to throw that out there. It's just because I'm not there anymore. That gap would be like 2.5 seconds to me right now.
I think
would be close.
I think Smoke Tits is done. I'm not sure he's going to get across the line in time.
He's gray, yeah. I don't know. So I mean, at 6/10. No, at 6/10 here though, he could have blown one sector early on and done the other 3 perfectly. And if he gets that sector correct, he could come back here to put himself higher on the podium.
I'm gonna tell you from experience, the areas that you make up time on this track are the first 2 sectors. The third and the fourth are gonna be pretty close. But the first two are where you make or break your lap.
Did Ryan get across the line?
Yeah, he's out for one more lap.
Oh wow, that's impressive. See, I think in that fourth sector, that final chicane is really easy to screw up, and I think that's a spot where you can gain some time as well. But Smoke Tits does take a sharper line through there and hugs that a little bit more. I think you might be right on him being done. And
Yeah,
he does. He ends in
line.
7th.
He's done. It's honestly, but it doesn't mean anything because we know that Smokiest Titan can absolutely rocket his way to the front at the start of a race. So it's something to keep an eye on as we head into the sprint race.
I think we need to move to Hot Dog. He's a little bit further ahead than Ryan here. I know Ryan's got that red second sector, but Hot Dog could improve here and maybe push Swaggin and Hitstick off the top there.
That's a red third sector
as he goes
well.
gray. As he goes gray.
Yeah, that was your fault.
This is all on Rumham. Rumham can absolutely snag this top spot.
I don't know with that gray first sector though.
Yeah, the fact that he's red through second and third means that he's ahead of where Sharp was. So it's the fastest race rider through sector 3.
Hey, is Sharp sandbagging?
Oh, there he goes.
From the front, I don't think that's how it works.
That dude set a lap and then parked it in the pit the rest of the time.
I mean, okay.
You know, the thing is, though, you have to really conserve your tires here because the front tires go quick, and he is one of those riders that could have gone through a few sets of front tires early on to get himself to the top spot. So I can see that happening.
The exception there is, though, these guys don't have to go back into the pit because there's no fuel. So when they go out, they may have to do a cool down lap, but they can stay out and get those tires back to optimal temps before they start their next flying lap. So with 15 minutes, with 15 minutes here, like you should be able to set 3 or 4 solid laps pretty easily, just with doing a cool down lap in between.
Yeah, he must have just been happy with the time he put down. Didn't think anyone could really get to him there. Either way, he ended up losing out on the top spot. Looks like Ryan snags it from him.
Yeah, I will say this is a great showing from Hot Dog. First spot of the second row. First week on the KTM, he's ahead of guys like Hitstick, Coco, Smoke Tits, and McCargo. I think that's pretty impressive.
Now that's a good little statistic by Black Jesus there. If Ryan wins, he's going to take first in the championship for the middle of the race night.
Yeah, I look for Biaggi to come back in the full race though. I know that obviously we're going straight into the sprint, and so Biaggi's not getting any points here. But anything could happen. I mean, we saw what happened a few weeks ago at Jerez with Smoke Tits' mistake. Not saying it's going to be him again this week, but anything can happen, and Ryan, may walk out of here with 4 points, and that's, that's going to make a huge difference. So if Sharp gets out there out front, those guys are going to fight for sure at the front. Sharp's not going to, he's not going to be buddy with these guys. He'll put his elbows out. He's going to race fair, a little rubbing, but he is going to be fair about it, and he's going to show Ryan a wheel for sure.
I am a bit surprised by the pace, though. When you earlier said that there were potentially expecting some 42s, I got excited because I know that the pole lap last season was Hades with a 42.85. So these guys are a little bit off the pace there, but with the sprint race, they could certainly pick up pace as this race goes on for the sprint because, again, there's no fuel, no tire wear.
Here's the thing. I'm glad you bring that up because I tell these guys week in and week out, like your TT times, and that's what that was, that 42.6 that Smokey was talking about. That's a TT time. Those TT times, outside of like getting qualified for esports, Rising Star, stuff like that, is 100% irrelevant. You've got 8 laps, you've got 6 laps, 8 laps, 10 laps, whatever, that you've got to stay on the bike and compete, and you're never going to be doing those TT times unless you break out front and you get away early. And so, even with Smokey starting 7th right now, I mean, the kid could end up on the podium as is. I know there's only 8 riders on the grid. That's not to take away from anything if he's able to accomplish that. But 42s, I mean, to me, it's irrelevant what those time trial paces were that these guys were talking about. It's not realistic. You have no traffic. You have nothing going on around you. I genuinely believe that the physics are different in time trial to our race nights. I don't know what it is, but I think something is different between the two.
I'm excited to see what happens in the sprint. Let's get them underway.
All right. We'll be right back in a moment. We're going to get these boys zipped up on the track, and we'll see you guys in just a minute.
That is pretty. That was a good one. 410. Yeah, no, like we're looking at that on the screen here. It's like, holy shit, these guys are all over.
Hades just overtook Hit Stick.
Like, these boys are close enough. I'm expecting a sexual harassment suit. Oh, what's that? Alba!
Oh, he straight ramped off that fucking, yeah. On my screen, he was in.
Cargo's right on top of the buddy. Cargo's making a pass.
Yeah, he's down Coco right now.
Yep.
Hades is long lap.
Wait, Hades?
Hades is a long lap.
Long lap, bro. Long lap.
Probably the same way Rumham Ryan did. And yes, it is the double apex.
Well, he attempted it.
That extremely wide line at the end of 12.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really tight fighting.
How? Wait, this is my question. How the hell is Bigfoot's pick almost 9 seconds ahead of the field right now? How is that happening?
So
Okay, welcome back for a GP sprint race. What are your predictions, boys?
Well, all I can say is Rumham Ryan, and Rumham Ryan.
Oh,
He's got to be the favorite for this one.
bold.
I can't go against him after his performance last week.
I'm taking Smoke Tits. I think he's going to make up for his mistakes.
Oh, look at Rumham's launch, and Sharp did not.
Sharp did the same thing last week. Really struggled to get off the line. Hitstick had a fantastic launch. Found himself up in the second place going into the first turn.
Oh, mistake there from Coco. He almost tossed the front.
But turn
Zero
one is
contact
clean.
in turn one. Yeah, 2 riders made contact into turn 2. But we
Smoke
are
Tits getting a little
race
aggressive
under
there. Contact Coco and McCargo.
Great start here. Great start here for Hitstick. Found himself up in second place. He's ahead of Swag and Hot Dog. You guys in the back there picking up some track limit warnings already. There's 6 laps to go, so they need to watch that. With these
Ooh,
chicanes
Coco
on
makes
this
a
track.
huge mistake.
Rumham Ryan is quickly moving out to almost a full second gap here. Not even halfway through the first lap. Yeah, qualifying pace is one thing, but doing it in the race is totally different. These guys right now are showing that they can't keep up with it.
Well, a little teleportation there I saw between Swaggin and Headstick.
Yeah, I think that was Swaggin.
This is fantastic to watch. Every rider through 8 was within half a second of another, with the exception of the front. Ryan's got a gap up to 9/10, just over a second now at the final turn.
Oh,
And these guys are just getting smaller and smaller from the rear wheel cam.
really surprised to see McCargo this far back.
Smoke Tits moves up into third, though. He's pushing. He knows he needs to catch up to Ryan here.
And as a wildcard rider, really nothing to lose on his end, so we know he's going to be aggressive.
Oh, Swaggin goes super deep into turn 1.
Hit stick gives a great move up the inside.
He almost gives up that spot to Smoke Tits, but he was able to square it off by going super deep.
Hit stick got forced out of turn 2 there, ends up losing the spot back to Smokey.
Smokey a little bit earlier on the brakes there than Hit Stick. They close up real tight. Nice serpentine.
Hot Dog's tailing these guys real close as well, and Coco's 2/10 off of him. Fantastic. Great onboard action just behind Smokey, showing that there's a great line there coming down from 7 to catch the curb and really pulls you in with good acceleration and drive out of it.
Smokey's going to get the drive up the hill here. Oh, he has to back off.
Difficult passing opportunity.
He has this really, to me, creative line. He squares off that corner coming out of Arabiata 2 to get the drive out. The only downside that he had there was he was on the same line as Swaggin, and so he had to let up and check up there.
I've also noticed in Smokey's qualifying laps, his braking style into that turn, he gets very hard on the front, lifts the rear off the ground, and so it's going to be difficult for him to get him down if he's right behind someone. He'll need to be neck and neck with them before the braking zone if he's going to look to get it done into turn 10.
This is really well played.
Is coming down. Either it could have been a mistake here from Ryan, or Swaggin has picked up the pace because he's closed it down from over a second to just under half a second.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder a little bit.
Good pass by Hit Stick around Hot Dog.
Or if Swaggin's going to let Ryan stay ahead.
Well, I will say this. I think Swaggin answered my question. If it was him going fast or Ryan slowing down, as Swaggin puts up the fastest lap of the race on lap 2.
These guys are closing. Coco, Hit Stick, and Hot Dog. Coco's right on the rear tail now.
Yeah, we got great eyes on this battle here. 3 bikes, all looking for 4th place. Sharp Jenna picks up a long lap penalty, so after a horrendous start from here at the starting line, he's really not settled in well at the back.
Ah, that's a crash by him as well.
Out.
Yep. Not ideal.
That's hard to see.
Hopefully he decides to stay in the race and keep fighting so he can pick up points.
Yeah, McCargo's finding himself a bit out of the waters as well. Coco's almost 3 seconds up the road from him.
I think with McCargo's new work schedule, he's not been able to. Also, happy birthday, McCargo. Today is his birthday. He is, I don't know, 88 years old, I think.
I was going to say 73, but all right.
Yeah, I think you might be right. He's
I was
pretty
going
old.
to guess 46.
The old man slinging guns with the kids out here still, so we appreciate it.
Everyone, put your guesses in chat. How old is Papa Airlines McCargo?
Papa Airlines McCargo.
Wrong answers only.
Maybe they'll be right answers. You don't know.
Hot Dog is really closing up. He's going to get the drag here down the straight if he stays in that tail. Yeah, and he's coming around now. Yep. And he takes the inside line.
Might have been too early.
Too soon, Junior?
Yeah, let's see if we can get it done on the brakes. Hitstick has had a great line through turn 1 these last few turns, but Hot Dog does well. Keeps the inside.
That was a good block pass for sure.
Smokey's making moves. He's actually put the fastest lap down.
Too.
He's only 2/10 off the Swag.
They're all on top of each other now. There's 2/10 between
front,
each
there's
of
a
them.
huge battle. Rumham Ryan does not have this race all to himself anymore.
And it's funny watching these guys from the helicopter cam. You can really see them close in and see their strengths and weaknesses. Swaggin gets really good drive out, but has been breaking
Nick,
quite a bit
into
earlier.
The front there, Smokey, Swag, or Rumham. Perfect. Yeah, these three guys are about to put it in. Last 2 laps of this race.
Yeah, so these guys have like totally different riding styles, which is really intriguing to see. Swaggin was getting really good drive out of the corners, but Smoke Tits was really closing the gap on the brakes. I think you made a mistake back there earlier, but they were coming to Arabiata 1 and 2, and he really closed that gap on Swaggin. And now they're pretty close. They're all about 2.5 tenths. Smoke Tits, it's about 4 tenths back. I think he's going to try to make the run here and use the drag off both these guys to gain a lot of time going into turn 1.
Yeah, he's definitely close enough to catch the draft.
Swaggin's already in the draft. Look at him close that down. He goes for the inside. This is going to be a dangerous one. Teammate on teammate crime here. Is that little bumping? I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
They got to stay up. They got to stay on the bikes.
Contact again through the exit of the turn.
And that allows Smoke Tits to close in on Swaggin for sure. And Swaggin's right on the... I'm sorry, Smoke Tits is on the rear tire right there of Swaggin.
He's on the wrong side to get it past him, though. Oh, bumping Swaggin on the inside of Ryan.
Huge mistake. Oh, and he's harassing the fuck out of his teammate right now. This is not looking good.
Team orders are coming in. They're ignoring him.
If he doesn't clean this up, Smoke Tits
Smokey
is
on the
going to
inside,
take
both of
advantage of
them.
it. He's going for it. Into area.
And he made it. He made it.
And he's got a nice clean line through. Watch him square this up. Watch him square this up a little bit. And he's going to try to get the drive out, headed up to the next corner. And he pulls away. Look at him pull
in
away.
4th place, Hot Dog picks up a long lap penalty, so he's in trouble of losing quite a few positions.
He's got a little bit of a gap back to the guy behind him, about 1.9 seconds. This long lap penalty here is pretty easy. He does not take it this time through. So we'll have to see if he comes back through there on the next one.
Can I get a count from one of you guys? I'm having a hard time reading it, but what are the track limit warnings for the front 3 riders? Are they any of them at risk? Because they keep going wide.
Smoke Tits has 3, Swaggin has 4, Ryan has 3. Coco has 4 as well, so does Hitstick, McCargo 3, and Sharp 2.
Yeah,
so the cleanest rider on track right now is the guy who has already taken a long lap penalty.
And it's a shame as we start this last lap, there's a big contact there at the last turn with Swag and Rumham, and these guys have all separated. This is now Smokius' race to lose. He's got almost a second gap on Swaggin.
Swaggin said, "You are not the captain," to Ryan. He said, "I don't like being rider number 2, and get out my way."
I also think that potentially Ryan was having some issues with the tire heat in the front, because he had a great start early in the race, but maybe pushed too hard, and he was losing pace after about lap 3-4.
And Hot Dog is on his ass right now. I mean, he's closing that gap down pretty quick. We're talking 1.1 seconds. These guys were 4 to 5 seconds out in front, and Hot Dog's closing it down.
He's still got that long lap penalty as well, so...
Yeah, but if Ryan's having those tire issues, who knows? I mean, he's way back there. He's 2.2 seconds back.
From what? Smokey?
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry. I got confused.
Yeah, what are you talking
drinking.
about? I want to know what's happening with Smoke Tits. He is almost 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What did I tell you guys? He was gonna push. He was not gonna fuck around tonight.
Yeah, you know, he actually made some really good moves. He was patient and he had to fight back because he wasn't at the front for the whole race. It was really Rumham Ryan up there in the front. But Smokey's giving us a big wiggle to finish this one off.
Did Swaggin let Ryan back through? Because at one moment, Swaggin was ahead of Ryan.
You know, I'm going to say it's a huge mistake, but Swaggin has a long lap penalty at the end as well.
Sure does. Hot Dog with the long lap penalty. We got Coco McCargo. Sharp's about to come across the line. I mean, listen, even with all this, these guys stayed really close together, all considering.
This was a very, very fun sprint race.
Did we have a single crash? Because if
Yes.
so, I didn't see it.
Sharp.
Yeah, we did. Sharp at
Sharp
crash.
at the back. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. I mean, that's really impressive. I mean, nobody's outside of a 44, and the slowest lap on track is a 44.9. I mean, so we're talking, 1.6 seconds from front to back. That's not bad.
This was great racing. Really action-packed. Can't wait for the main event.
Yeah, props to Smoke Ticks and working through the two Aprilia boys. Swaggin may need to have a chat with the captain, and get a little check there on how to race against his teammate. Because, Aprilia, while they're good, they can't be tripping over each other like that. That Swaggin kind of abusing
there's something very important I need to address right now. Something incredibly important. Stock Hazard asks, does LCR get the Idemitsu song? Absolutely fucking not. And for asking...
No, is it a fucking Idemitsu livery, bitch?
Yeah, no. Why would you ask? No, we're not playing shit. You know what? Here's how much shit we're not playing. Commercial break, bitches.
Bitches?
like we're looking at that on the screen here. It's like, holy shit, these guys are all over.
Hades just overtook Hit Stick.
Like, these boys are close enough. I'm expecting a sexual harassment suit. Oh, what's that? Alba!
Oh, he straight ramped off that fucking, yeah. On my screen, he was in.
Cargo's right on top of the money. Cargo's making a pass.
Yeah, he's chasing down Coco right now.
Yep.
Hades is, oh, long lap.
Wait,
Oh.
Hades?
Hades is a long lap.
Long lap, bro. Long lap.
Probably the same way Rumham Ryan did it. Yes, it is the double apex.
Well, he attempted it.
Whoa, that extremely wide line at the end of 12.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really tight fighting him.
How? Wait, this is my question. How the hell is Bigfoot's pick almost 9 seconds ahead of the field right now? How is that happening?
So said a whole lot of penalties for no. I'll be quiet. Okay.
Okay, we are back for our Moto 2 race as Heinz steps all over the microphone. Thanks for that.
Sorry, I was trying to talk to you guys. I thought it was important. Clearly, it wasn't.
Nah, it sounds like post-race shit. We're off here for Moto 2, though. 7 laps. This should be a banger. Great start from Nightcrawler and 2-Plane. They get out front. Jixray's up to 3rd. One hand is moving back in the pack. A lot of contact. 4 riders in.
That was Nital Trans.
With
3 riders.
4 bikes down. We got a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
I think I'd like to see it back after the race from some other perspectives, but I definitely know that these guys need to be careful into turn 1. There's a lot of bikes getting there at the same time.
I'm gonna go talk shit and party chat. I'll be right back.
We're launching it. Let's roll. They don't need to do their setups or anything, Nick. You can just roll again.
Yep. Heinz, get back here. Heinz, get back. Heinz.
All right. Back with Moto 2 once again.
It's like talking to my dog when trying to corral him. It really is.
I think I'd prefer it if he woofed at this point. You got a growl or something for me, Heinz?
I'm sorry, I'm back. What?
Hi. Hey, buddy.
Here we go.
What?
Restart. Moto 2 is off and underway. Another great start at the front for both Nightcrawl. 2-Plane. Jixray's up in 3rd once again. We got a tight pack, though.
We got grass. We got
6 guys wide in the turn 1 there. Okay.
Hold the
They
line,
keep it
boys.
cleaner.
Hold the line.
Woo! No red flag.
That's Jix buff on Jix Rage. Hate crime.
Oh
Okay.
God, that was.
Oh my, that's a forward bike in the back
That's
there.
it. That's right. Hey, I saw 4 or 5 bikes go down in the back. That's a red flag.
That's turn 3. Is that a red flag?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a red
said
flag
up
per the
until turn
rules.
3. I think I said for this race up until turn 3 because it's so tight.
All right. This is the last one. Jump in
Fine
party
with
chat.
that.
Tell them this one flies. Whatever happens, so you better put yourself in a safe position. We got drunk Heinz talking to the racers in party chat. It's great.
All right, and we just ended the GP sprint. First attempt here. We'll nail this. I know it. First try. We got this.
Oh, I'm sure we will. This one's do or
one's for-
die. Watch.
this
This is
one's for
going to be the
YouTube.
worst.
This one's for YouTube. Here we
They're
go.
all going on YouTube.
Moto 2 is live. Another great start for Nightcrawl. Jumps out front. 2 planes still with him. Jixrage has another great launch as well.
Oh
And
my God,
one-handed neck and neck.
This can only go poorly. Oh, how about a spoke
Yeah, we're
soon?
seeing multiple bikes wide.
Is that D Veritech giving a little push there? It was, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Jixrage with crash.
It's
But
Rage
only
into
Jixrage.
Veritech.
Oh, there goes Iron Joe.
Stock Hazard came in. He did not. He could not correct very quickly there.
Did he come in like a wrecking ball?
Yeah, well, so the Iron
How many
Joe
bikes?
was essentially parked. I saw 2 go down from the back. It could have been 3, but I for sure
Do
2.
we need to issue a warning here for Stock? I mean, I didn't see it on the main camera.
No. So Stock Hazard was on his line. Iron Joe had slowed down, either made contact with the crash bike, and was trying to get moving again, but was on the race line. And Stock Hazard could not react quick enough, in my just eyes on opinion.
Unfortunately, we've lost Jixrage. Took a black flag there, parking it after the crash.
No good. It's no good.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go chat with him.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll go well. Back to the action. Fast Raj in a pretty tight battle here with Jixbuff. They're trying to catch the back of 2 plane. They're definitely in reaching distance to catch the draft. 2 plane one-handed are pretty tight, but there's a gap at the front. Almost a second gap on the first lap here.
Kind of spacing out a little bit overall. Just
Yeah, I
kind of
think
doing their own
that'll.
thing.
I think in Moto 2 that's going to happen if these guys continue to bunch up and hit each other in turns 1, 2, and 3. And unfortunately, we get a couple of crashes, and it's quick to recover in this game. But
Good pass by Jixbuff, but being contested.
Fantastic. I'm really surprised that we're seeing our points leader Phobia back in 6th place right now. He's not really closing the gap either.
All this for Phobia?
Yeah, it's an interesting one to keep an eye on him this race because there's a lot of points on the line with Nightcrawl way up front.
I think he was thinking ahead. I jumped into the lobby and I said, hey, look, if there's an issue with the latency, if he's teleporting, really far distances, like, let us know, right? And I think his thought process was, there can't be a latency issue if I'm 6 seconds ahead of everybody. So that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's certainly got Nightcrawl's definitely got the pace to get out there and run with it.
I mean, one-handed is not very far away from him. That's got to be, what, 5/10?
Well,
7?
Good news, you have that data available for you.
Yeah, I keep it turned off. Trying to provide different camera angles and stuff without as much stuff on the screen, so.
These guys are all pretty much spread out except for this this battle here with Jixbuff, Phobia, and Fast Raj.
Stock Hazard is getting squadding a little bit there, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I wonder if that's his riding style or if that's a latency thing at this point.
Knowing Milestone, he probably selected anything but that.
I don't know. His personality and the mullet.
Fast Raj deep into turn 1. I think Stock does use the old school riding style, if I'm not mistaken.
Whispers with the crash.
At the back, yep.
You owe me a Coke, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's about to get passed by Joe here.
Cocaine?
No, Garrett. No.
Roger and Phobia. Boy, these guys
These
are getting
guys
close.
are bumping uglies for sure.
Phobia's actually put down the fastest lap 2. I'm surprised he's still back in 6th place, but he's... Oh, and Fast Raj picks up a long lap penalty.
Yeah, he cut that inside corner
Yeah.
and touched the red.
That's gonna sting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for Phobia to get around him if Roger's using all the track and then some.
Well, you know what they say. It's Itamitsu, 1 heart, 1 penalty.
Just want to hear that
I think
song
they
one
say
more
something
time.
about it's a Honda Holiday.
Is that what his...
Super deep.
Yeah, He was on holiday thinking about that corner.
Yeah.
Now he's got trouble from D Veritek.
Oh, D Veritek. Oh, and D Veritek says, "Get the fuck out of my way, bitch."
Oh, it's a lot of contact. That is. Oh!
I think
That's a Honda holiday.
I'll give you my 2 cents on that really quick
I
because
know what
I
you're
think
gonna say. Yeah.
D Veritek didn't realize he had a long lap and was trying to go for the fucking over under, and Fast Roger was trying to get in, and it just didn't work out very well.
Yeah. They bumped, and then Raj tried to slow down and get into the pit, into the long lap penalty area, and then at the same time, Veritek just threw an elbow out at him and said, "I'm here."
So this is the thing that I don't fully understand. I mean, the Moto2 lobby chats. The GP guys, they don't. They mute all their mics. They don't communicate whatsoever. So my thought would be like, if you're gonna have to take somebody goes down there. Who is that? Chicksbuff in turn 1. If you're gonna go into the long lap penalty lane, you should probably say something because everybody else is listening in Moto2, right? And worst case scenario, somebody doesn't hear you, right? But all these guys are literally in a party chat, talking shit, complaining, bitching at each other, throwing fists, whatever. You know,
I'll tell you who else would be complaining right now. Stockcaster, he's picked up a long lap penalty himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of earned it. I don't know what his practice looks like. He asked me for a setup, and I was like, dude, I haven't touched a Moto2 bike in 7 weeks now, at least. So, did you help him out, Cora? Because he said he was going to reach out to you.
No, he didn't reach out to me.
He would have given him screwed up settings anyway.
Nobody likes my setups. For some reason, they don't work.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's
What's the closest gap we got here?
Right,
the guys we're
where
looking
we're
at,
right now.
Veritek and Chicksbuff?
That is true.
Although one-handed is closing that down a little bit. He's at 5/10. I do wonder if one-handed's kind of playing the same game he played last week, where he just goes second place.
And
both Fast Raj. Yep.
Great to see.
Yeah, I wonder if one-handed pushes this and tries to get ahead, because I know he had some supreme pace this whole week on lap times here around Mugello, both in race setting and qualifying.
And I have some information as well about these two riders on screen, Nightcrawler and One-Handed. I have heard from, I'm not going to name names, I heard from one of them, though, that the rider up front, Nightcrawler, tends to push early in the races with a higher power mode, and One-Handed is on the other side of the strategy board, saving some for the latter of the race. So
that is a very Al thing to do. It really is.
We could see this transition here for Al going to the front.
So I could speak to that too, because Nightcrawler very much did the exact same thing last year. He wanted to get out front and get away, and then manage the race as best he could from the front. So if you watch like any of the races from last year where he's close to the front, or didn't have a mistake, or somebody didn't crash him out or whatever, he bolts. He's gone. He's in power mode 3 for 2, 3, 4 laps, and then dialing it back to 1 and 2 and managing for the latter part of the race. Whereas myself and One-Handed would have a different approach, and it was pretty strong.
That was
generally
close.
Mid and late race.
Hey,
Very close.
Garrett.
Nightcrawler took a super
shut the
defensive
fuck up.
line.
Yeah, gotcha.
Love you, buddy.
Nightcrawler on a very defensive line, and Al was not ready for that braking marker. But this is where Al's going to be able to catch up to him if he can really square this off. Oh, big mistake there mid-corner. He might be just out of the draft.
Not really the view I was looking
right
for.
around 6/10.
See, this is part of strategy too, though. To One-Handed, this looks like he's fucking it looks like Nightcrawler is parking it in the corners, because the speed entering the corner is so much slower than what One-Handed's doing, because he's using other power modes.
Yep.
And this happened to me last year at Valencia with Nightcrawler. It felt like he fucking parked it. And I don't know whether he did or not. He'll never tell, because he wanted to win the championship. # go fuck yourself. But but that's the thing. It is still a strategy. Is it a good one? I don't know. I mean, we'll see here in another lap and a half. But
I think the bigger strategy we're seeing though is the difference in lines. So defensive line versus the guy that's in second with the attacking mindset. The guy in the front is looking to cover the inside more often, so they have to roll a little bit slower on the entry. They don't want to blow wide through the turn and give it up for free, right? It's something to keep in mind as well.
That is a lot of Australian latency.
Yeah, I will say this is something that I feel like I taught Nightcrawl, because when I got in front last year with him, that's all I did was block the line. And even my win this year at Jerez, not my win, but my P2 finish was, those guys behind me were, 5-6 tenths a lap faster than I was.
Big mistake from Nightcrawl here on the penultimate lap. Coming up to the final corner, one-handed is very close now after that mistake. He's definitely close enough to get within the draft, possibly make a move down into turn 1.
Well, we're waiting.
I will also say, shout out here, Phobia has managed to find himself up in the 4th place. He actually has an opportunity now, if he can catch a draft down this straightaway on 2-plane, maybe fight for a podium spot.
Nightcrawl had to go into Power Mode 3 there to stay ahead of one-handed, so it's very possible here that he runs out of fuel.
I'm not sure he'd be that greedy.
I don't know. I was in a practice race with these dudes, and that's exactly what happened.
Was that 7 weeks ago when you last played Moto 2?
No. I was just watching them. I came in on camera mode, and that's exactly what happened. The lobby fell apart.
Ran out of fuel. Huh?
He would have run out of fuel 100%.
I think that just speaks to him not practicing a whole lot, right? He's not really measured the fuel properly. Something that we know one-handed is certainly well aware of is his tire management, his fuel management for these races.
Man, it felt like Nightcrawl just kind of hit the brakes mid-corner there.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's Australian, for fuck's sake.
Is that what we're calling it?
Magically found the fastest lap, though. We'll throw some shade, but one-handed going.
Oh no!
Oh, and they both go down. They both go down. Is that going to be enough to let 3 go by? 3 goes by. Phobia's up in it. 2 planes up in it. 2 planes up in first place. We got Nightcrawl in second, Phobia in third. That was a little bit of a braking issue for one-handed there. He had the speed, and his ambition outweighed his talent, unfortunately.
Nightcrawl is close enough to get.
Or did his ambition outweigh Nightcrawl's pace?
Yeah, I think you're probably accurate.
It's a little bit of both. It's definitely on the rider behind to make a pass responsibly and clean, but yeah, it's tough to tell without seeing their onboard footage, which I'm positive we will get a look at it after this race.
I am certain of that as well.
As it stands, 2-plane is the one to get by and take top honors in this one.
A little bit of insider info. I don't think we're getting a protest from that one.
No?
I don't think so. What I heard when I was listening to the party was, oh, I'm sorry from one party, and the other person go, no, I'm sorry, I braked way too early for that. So
see, this is what I was getting at.
Right. He was parking it in corners, and maybe not like the epitome of parking it in a corner, but when you're on that level of being so fucking fast that you're in the top 5 or top 10 of
Can we pause for a moment, please, and just read
go
the
ahead.
stand? Can you go ahead and read the results for me?
Yeah. So.
Oh, what the what?
Yeah, go ahead, Heinz. Go ahead, Heinz.
Okay.
Go ahead and read that for me.
Showing Nightcrawl in first place with the fastest lap, 150.774. One-handed in second, 2-plane in third with, it looks like, a long lap penalty.
Hey. You fucked that up.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at my screen, not yours, and I'm drunk, so I'll go fuck myself. Phobia in second, one-handed in third, 2-plane with a long lap penalty in fourth, Jigsbuff in fifth, Fast Raj in sixth, D-Veritech seventh, Stock Hazard, Whispers, all three, DeVeritech, Stock Hazard, and Whispers with the long lap penalty, and Iron Joe bringing up the rear. There's no way that's right. There's no way.
There absolutely is a way if Two-Plane Jane has a long lap penalty, goes back 3 seconds from his finishing position.
Oh.
That's exactly how that works.
We may get a protest from that. Yeah, if that's the case, One-Handed really lost out there. And probably should have hit Nightcrawl harder. No offense, Australians, but hashtag go fuck yourself.
I think he benefited one place from it. He was in 4th if Two-Plane had won that.
Yeah, but he was in 2nd originally, so he lost out to Phobia. If you look at it realistically and that crash didn't happen, he would have ended in 2nd, so he still lost.
I like how these.
I like how Cora's the back of another bike.
Yeah, crashing. It does good.
Fucking park it. If that fucking other bike didn't park it in the middle of the corner.
Is it a fish?
Nightcrawl, I'm looking at you. You fucking do that a lot. You need to stop it. You need to fucking figure it out. Okay? Figure it out.
Get your shit. Put it all in a bag. Put your shit in a bag.
Yeah. I got a message from Two-Plane saying he's going to have to verify long lap penalties. So I don't know if that means he attempted it and it looks good and that shouldn't be there. And if that's the case, he'll go back up to 1st. We'll see what happens, guys, and we'll let you know next week.
Yeah.
Roll the tape.
that is pretty. That was a good one.
410.
Yeah, no, like we're looking at that on the screen here. It's like, holy shit, these guys are all over the street.
Hades just overtook Hitstick.
Like, these boys are close enough. I'm expecting a sexual harassment suit. Oh, what's that? Oba!
Oh, he straight ramped off that fucking. Yeah. On my screen, he was in.
McCargo's right on top of the money. McCargo's making a pass.
Yeah, he's no Coco right now.
Yep.
Hades is long lap.
Wait,
Oh,
Hades?
Hades is a long lap.
Long lap, bro. Long lap.
Probably the same way Rumham Ryan did. And yes, it is the double apex.
Well, he attempted it.
That extremely wide line at the end of 12.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really tight fighting.
How? Wait, this is my question. How the hell is Bigfoot's pick almost 9 seconds ahead of the field right now? How is that happening?
So
Okay, and we are back for our GP main event. What are you thinking, Garrett?
I don't know. Ryan did really well, but Swaggin fucked with him. I think it's Smoke Tits again, man.
Rumham with a great start.
Yeah, but he's gonna break early for turn one. Everybody's gonna close on him. Oh, Swaggin fucked up. Swaggin's out.
Oh, Coco's out.
Coco's out. They crashed on their own. We are not
They
restarting
did. Nope,
that.
that is not a restart.
Oh, somebody's deep inside. That was Biaggi. Biaggi's fucking around. Hot Dog's 2 spots back between Sharp and Biaggi. I don't think I said that correctly. Sharp's between Biaggi.
What did I say?
That's fine.
What did we start
It's
this
fine.
stream with?
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. McCargo's fucking pushing, dude. He's trying to get up underneath Smoke Tits here.
Is that it?
Yeah, one
Good.
of those.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Smokey really up Hitstick's trumpet as well there. Between Black Jesus, McCargo, and Smokey and Hitstick, these guys are not about to let it go.
Is fucking Ryan out front again? He's way out there, isn't he?
No. He's 2 tenths out there. 3 tenths out there. He's right there. You can just about reach out and touch him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. If Smoke Tits is close to the front, he's gonna push.
Hopefully he don't screw it up.
Well, I mean that's how we feel about everybody in that position where they're fighting.
Well, yeah. We are impartial while being partial.
Oh my god, he's in power mode 3. Ryan is not. That is a huge fucking run down to the line.
Didn't make
Ryan
it stick
does
though.
have the inside line. Yeah, he's gonna have to slot back in behind him there.
What a waste of fuel.
Huge fight behind us. The Ducatis are all over each other. Biaggi's right behind McCargo. You've got Sharp between him and Hot Dog. And Hot
Great
Dog's hanging
inside
on,
move
man.
from McCargo here if he can stick it. Oh, big lunge there from Black Jesus.
welcome back, buddy.
Thank you. I've just been listening for a moment here.
He had to take a
Listening,
poop.
catching up.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I got stuck, you know. I went down to the concession stands during the break. I got a double jumbo hot dog, and yeah, the bathroom was right next to it.
Yeah, smoke.
I'm
has
concerned in
picked
your
up a
order,
long
getting your
lap
hot dog and
warning
then going to the bathroom. Did you like leave it on the counter or? Anyway,
No,
Yeah,
I
how
ate
did
it. I ate it
you-
while I was in the bathroom.
Class act. Class act.
I actually can.
Priorities.
multitask. I can eat poop at the same time, no problem.
Why? What is he saying about us? Are we under fire right now? Hit Stick and McCargo making contact a little bit further back with each other.
I'm excited to see McCargo in the fold here. Oh, he's very wide. But in the fold with these guys, in the sprint race, he kind of got left in the back a bit. But we all know, we've come to know that McCargo is a fantastic race pace and can really dice it up with these guys clean. So it's good to see him up here fighting.
I want a helicopter cam
Oh,
that's a
he
little
goes
further
deep
zoomed
into that
out.
final corner. He goes off track. Biaggi takes advantage, dives underneath. So does Sharp. They're both inside of him. And fucking Hot Dog. That's a 3-in-1 corner right there, boys.
Pause.
That is unfortunate.
Coca with the hot lap, then followed
and
up
Hot
with
Dog.
Swaggin with the hot lap. The two guys are back, putting down the fastest
Sharp
times.
goes wide. McCargo stays
Because they've had open
inside.
pavement.
It's awesome.
Hot Dog and Biaggi both move up 2 spots. It's pretty
Smokey's
impressive.
up in the front, and Rumham is was just on his tail there, but he's dropping back a little bit now.
McCargo is not satisfied with the events that have unfolded over the last couple corners.
Unfolded?
And he is harassing a Hot Dog right now. Oh, he makes a huge mistake. Oh, he's off into the sand. He lets a few guys by.
Oh no.
Oh, he comes back onto the track right in front of Coco. That's a little dangerous, but I don't think he had a choice there.
Sharp's picked up a long lap penalty. Difficult Mugello for him so far. Then the sprint in now, picking up a long lap here.
Biaggi's got to look to close that gap really quick. He missed that sprint race. He's got to close down that 1.2 and at least get ahead of Ryan.
Well, Smokey's checked out. Now that we have, we had clear in the sprint, and now it's a
Oh,
little bit
Sharp with the
cloudy in
crash.
this main race. So these guys are able to get better laps in on these medium tires. So I think the race pace here could even be quicker than what we saw in qualifying.
For sure, and Biaggi's closing him down. It was 1.2 seconds ago. He was 1.2 seconds back about half a second ago, and he's already up to 0.8 behind Rumham Ryan. So look for that gap to close down.
Yeah, just as I assumed there, Smokey takes the fastest lap of the race on lap 3.
Yeah,
He's
and
really pulled out the gap.
similarly does the same thing. He spreads it out another 0.4 from 1.2 to 1.6, now up to 1.7.
Swaggin is all over the back of McCargo.
Genuinely really impressed with both of the KTM guys, Hot Dog especially, coming in first week on the KTM bike. I know it's a step
Smokey's
up
off
from
track.
the Honda.
You said Smokey went off track?
He certainly
Oh,
did
we
go
have a
off track.
crash. Jesus is down.
Jesus is down. I repeat, Jesus is down. What's the cross upside down or?
He fell off of it.
This is blasphemy what I'm hearing right now.
Let's
My
talk
ears.
about Rome, boys. Let's talk about Rome, boys.
Yeah,
So,
despite
like,
going off
kind
track
of-
for Smokey, he's really holding the lead up there, up to almost 2.3, 2.4 seconds now.
Kind of as per usual, KTM rider number 2 has to hold down the fort. I don't rightly understand why we have given Biaggi the rider number 1 the captain plate. I don't
I think
get
it came
boys.
from his qualifying times, but sadly for Macario, he picks up a long lap penalty, and he completes it in one go. Kudos to Mac. He's not
Yeah, he
wasting
said
any
hold.
time.
He said, "Hold my beer, boys." California is showing up to play.
And I don't think he lost a position while doing it. The gap was big enough. Oh, and Sharp with a crash at the backside. I think he was attempting the long lap when he went down.
Oh, Hot Dog fucking sends it up the inside of Hitstick. I wonder if Hitstick used too much power in the early stages of this race. but he doesn't hold the spot. Hot Dog does not hold the spot, and Hit Stick takes it up the inside, going into 2 and 3. I think we have an issue here with Team KTM as pit, team principal Pit Buyer. I would like to see these guys work together so that Hot Dog has the 1 lap pace, but Biaggi also has the race pace and the consistency that the number 2 rider has. This is a big issue for me, and I'd like to see some change there. I think it'd be better for the racing.
I'm gonna have to give a quick shout out to Hitstick as we are in the 5th lap, and he's still yet to have a track limit warning. Keeping it clean, keeping it tidy, Hitstick. Kudos.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to give him props for the works that he's done. He's not always been as clean as he is here, but I think like most people who compete in GP23, Mugello is one of their favorite tracks, and we all know how much that it gets played during the public lobbies. So maybe seeing some consistency there from Hitstick that we haven't seen in past races. But Hot Dog is absolutely harassing him right now, and he's gonna try to pass him down the straight here with the draft. And he's got it. I think it might be a little too early. He cuts off the nose of a Hit Stick. We're going to look for some late braking. Is he able to do it? Hit Stick in a little wide. He's trying to dive underneath. But Hot Dog covers it off and leads into turn 2.
Fantastic move from Hot Dog there. Got it done clean.
Interestingly enough, I think I just saw a Hit Stick go off track slightly, ever so slightly, but not pick up track limits warning.
Black Jesus now closed the gap, and McCargo's down to 2/10.
This track's been interesting with track limits warnings. It's not always giving them.
I don't know if it's this track or it's just Milestone
contact
sucks dick.
between McCargo and Black Jesus.
Both.
Both off track again. There's a battle happening. Looks like McCargo came out worse from it. Bit of contact there from the 2 guys, and now the gap between them has gone up over 2 seconds.
I wish we had seen that. I have a feeling that Biaggi made a mistake there. Gave McCargo a little bit of a touch and pushed him off track.
No assumption, sir. Innocent until
Well,
proven
that's
guilty.
what I do. That's what I do.
Well, Black Jesus did also, even though he came out ahead, he's picked up a long lap penalty, so it's not been totally clean on his part. He's only got 2 laps to complete it. But he has quickly gotten to the back of Coco now.
Yeah, Coco is right on the tailpipe of Hit Stick, and he's trying to get in the draft for the turn 1. He may have pulled it off. He is closing pretty quick here if he can get him on the brakes. It's just a little bit too far back, but he does close up real good into turn 1. Both the wheels come off the ground there for Coco and Hit Stick.
This is a milestone game. The wheels very rarely actually touch the ground. It's one of the milestone specialties.
Yeah, it's called Magic.
Floating
It's a carpet
wheels.
ride. This is Aladdin Part 3.
Aladdin 3. The Jafarning.
Right, that was funnier than it should have been because I've been drinking, but I'll take it.
There was some low buck humor for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Long lap penalty picked up from Smokey.
Oh, not good.
And
not good.
Hot Dog is closing down
This
Ryan
is
a
his
little
chance
bit
to
there.
do
He's
it.
6/10. He is taking it. He's going in now, and he's doing it really clean.
That was super clean.
He did
That
not
was
lose
super
a spot. Did not lose a spot. He
No,
did lose a little bit of time.
Only lost
but
about a second. That was great. Very, very well done.
he's flying. I think he practiced that. I told him earlier in the week that's something you should practice always. Whether you think you're going to make it happen or not, you should always practice that a couple times throughout the week. Just in case it happens, you'll know what to do and you'll be able to handle it. And it looks like he did very well there. We've got KTM
Hot dog.
rider number 2A making the pass here on Ryan. I think Ryan's running out of fuel or tires. Something is going on.
Ryan's very
'Cause
strong on the brakes, though.
Swagin's closing in too. Swagin's taking that wide sweeping line, hoping for some drive out into 2. Doesn't close in as much as he'd like, but he does close into 3.
Contact from Hitstick and Coco. Those two guys are dicing it up right now as well. Good battles all across the track.
I think Hot Dog has to go for a dive here. He's got to be careful. Swagin's right on his tail, but
He's
there's
just
going to
gone
be a
off track.
moment. Yeah, he went a little wide into one of the chicanes, the first part of the
contact
chicane,
from Swagin.
downhill 6, I believe. And they're touching again. He said, Swagin, get off my fucking line.
He's a bit wide coming through 10, but can he get back on it for 11?
Swagin just touched the inside curve there.
Oh,
he goes down.
no!
He's pushing too hard.
That's unfortunate.
Well, McCargus picked up another long lap penalty out the back.
And he tries immediately.
I think
and
he's
he
clearing
completes it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, disappointing, difficult race here for Sharp Jenna. Qualified very well in second, but not able to keep it down in the race. Smokey with a repeat of the sprint, showing us how it's done. Fins up at the front.
Very apropos of Aprilia. This is an Italian track, and those are Italian bikes, and they do take 2 and 3. Although
Don't use words you can't spell.
Ryan runs out of gas at the line, and I think Swagin takes that second spot from him.
Looks like Coco snagged third as well. We'll have to proceed through and see how that actually panned out.
There it is.
It was tight.
Smoke Tit's taking the first place spot with a 1:43.849. I mean, that is a very hot lap for a race pace scenario. We have Swagin taking second. Ryan did run out of fuel, and Swagin is able to cross the line a little bit ahead of him in second place. Ryan takes third place. Coco comes across in fourth. Hitstick in fifth. Biaggi, Black Jesus, somehow manages to finish ahead of his teammate who decided to crash it in the final sector of the final lap. McCargo finishes 8th, and Sharp Jenna takes 9th.
Well, strong racing overall. You guys have anything for the people before we cut it off and get to our post-race meeting?
Great event once again. Beautiful track, and we had great weather for this one. Good action. Couple of spicy moments in Moto 2. It was fun to watch, and look forward to seeing people here next week. I know we have another fan favorite track, Saxon Ring, coming up next week on Tuesday.
Sorry.
And as you've been watching, if you're new coming here, check us out on Discord and the website, posted on the bottom of the screen.
Fan favorite track is kind of a misnomer, right? Because every single time that we've been in a lobby when it goes to Saxon Ring, nobody's been happy about it.
Oh,
so it's
well, I know a lot of people enjoy it.
It's gotta be a viewer favorite track.
I do say tongue in cheek because I absolutely despise the track. I think it's garbage for MotoGP bikes, but I think the smaller bikes it serves them really well. Should be a great Moto2 race there, no doubt about it.
This is definitely one of those tracks where I would like to have the Moto3 class, because I think you're going to get some really spicy racing out of Moto3. But on the upside, we've got super competitive Moto2. We've got 8 to 10 guys there who are going to chop it up at every single corner.
Well, all right, boys. We'll get it wrapped up for this evening. Now, of course, the normal admin stuff. You see that website on the bottom? Go ahead, go to that link, or chase us down in the in our description. Find us on our Discord. Everybody's real active there. We've got a great community. Got a great set of race direction and mods, what have you. And announcement. You've heard it here first. Forza is going to be coming to Southern E-Racing League, so that releases 6 days.
6 days from now, yeah, I'm excited.
6 days from now. So of course, not league racing right away, but definitely some testing, some figuring out, lots of cussing at each other and crashing into each other, and so it's going to be a great time. So stick around for that. Heinz, you got anything?
Yeah, if you guys are interested in golf, hit up Cora and Nightcrawl, because I think that might be a beer league that we do with some pretty stupid rules to have a little bit of fun outside of racing.
I might even participate in that one.
Yeah,
For sure.
there's 2 different games to pick up. I mean, we're currently playing PGA 2K23. The other one that's out there is the EA version, EA Sports PGA 23. But they had some big sales on them, and 2K23 was like 75% off. So, yeah, a few of us from the GP grid and the Moto2 grid picked it up, and it's just been a fun, casual game to play. So, yeah, if anyone out there wants to join up, check it out, see if it's still on sale. I think it's cross-play between PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam on PC. So, it's good fun for everybody.
Well, great.
Yeah,
Rob?
Absolutely. Get us on Discord, join us, be a part of the conversation.
Join us.
Get to know some of the competitors, and we'll take it from there.
All right, y'all. Have a great night, and we will see y'all next